Alright, Chef Blaze here today on the Gourmet Cooking Channel. So we finished our Italian entree. Was it good? It was yummy and tasty. So now what we're going to do is we're going to begin making our dessert. Since cookie mix or any kind of mix like this powdered is really hard to make, we have our peanut butter cookie mix, but in a pre-prepared bag. It was still in the cupboard, but it's a very hard to make cookie mix, so that's why we have it today. So we're gonna get our ingredients. We're gonna get our water. So actually first what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in our egg. So we got our eggs. Since we got them farm fresh, they're in a nice. So it says you need 1 egg, so we're gonna crack this egg here. So we put this over here for now. What we're gonna do is get 1 tablespoon of water. 1 tablespoon. So we're gonna run on cold water. A little bit. Whoa. And that's 1 tablespoon. That's 1 tablespoon. And it says you need 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So what we're going to do back here is going to be vegetable oil. You can't make this stuff. You have to buy it. So if you try making vegetable oil, sorry guys, but it's not possible. So we're going to have 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Take our oil here. Pour it out. Whoa. It's a little too much and a little got all over. So guys, that's a big mistake. But don't blame me, blame the oil. Mistakes happen. This might not be a good idea. So what we're going to do here, since we spilled our oil and it got in the bag, we're going to take the bag off and just a little bit, people. It's vegetable oil, okay? And clean that up. Get another tablespoon. So what we're going to do, careful. 2, 3. Alright. We're going to put our vegetable oil aside. What we're going to do is that we're going to add our cookie mix. I'm going to actually cut this open. Scissors. I can't find any. Tear it open. We'll just be back on the set in just a minute. Alright, here's our cookie dough. I'm going to place it in here. All of it in. Oh yeah. Next what we're going to do is that we're going to stir it until soft dough forms. So dough has to form here. See, your powder has to be stirred inside of all the ingredients, and you'll see actually a soft dough starts to form as you stir up the cookie mix. And it gets harder to stir, so you really have to stir it. I have some air holes in this spoon, so it easily comes off. And as you see, my soft dough is forming, so what I'm going to do with my eggs is I'm going to store them away back in the fridge. And I'm actually going to start preheating my oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's go over here. 375. It's 375 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're going to let that preheat. We're going to move this over here. Really sorry for the interruption in the background, folks. Just some craziness. Hold on. Jade, stop! I'm trying to do cooking. Oh yeah. You really have to know what you're doing when you're stirring this up. So as our oven starts to preheat, and while I'm stirring this, we'll be back right after. Alright, so what we're going to do really pretty quickly is we're going to flatten the dough, roll it into balls on the baking sheet, or cookie sheet as you would say, and we're just going to make it in a crisscross pattern with the fork. But we'll show you actually right now how you do it. So your hands are washed, you just take some dough, it's soft, you roll it into a ball, just like this. Your balls should come out like this. They're supposed to be about at least 1 inch each, so put a little extra. Be careful not to squish the ball too much. Then place them actually 2 inches apart as you put them on. Just like this. We'll be right back after these messages. Okay, I've crisscrossed the cookies with a fork to make a special design. I think this is what they're supposed to look like. And the oven's been preheated. So what we're going to do is slide our oven, not an oven, our baking sheet on the center rack. Right in there. And we'll actually let them bake for about, I think we'll let them bake for about maybe 10 minutes. So as our timer sets, clicks on. It's on, and we'll be back after this. Alright, the cookies are now finished. Take them out of the oven, turn it off. I think they harden once they come out. So what we're going to do is, let that heat escape. We're really going to pinch it, and we can see here, they are a little slippers. We're going to put them on top of here. We'll leave that. Actually, we're going to turn on the little fan. Run. Okay. So they start to harden. We have extra dough. What you should do, I think, with extra dough is that they say you should wrap it up. We actually have here, plastic wrap. Presto. Alright, we'll be back after these messages. Alright, here we are. Here's another chef.
Hi, boys.
Hi, Mom. These are what your cookies should look like just as they came out of the oven, but they're softer usually if you feel them. But they eventually harden. But you can see this is what your cookies should look like after they come out of the oven.
Wonderful.
I hope you enjoy, and we'll see you next time.